What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Tommy Masari, and in this episode I'm going to show you guys one of my favorite mastering plugins that I have. It's an all-inclusive, multiple essential mastering tools in one, and that is Izotope Ozone. So I have Ozone 6, I know there's Ozone 8 out right now, I've tried the demo of it, it's awesome, but what I have is 6 right now. I'm going to show you guys pretty much front to back all that comes with it and how it'll make your sound go from 98% done to 100% done. I was gonna say 110, but that would have been way too corny. So before I go into it, guys, subscribe to my channel. I post videos every week. Hit that little bell to stay up to date, and we'll see you inside. Now let me pop into Logic here. I'm gonna put in my headphones. For this example, I'm going to use a non-finished beat with nothing on the master bus, just so I could show you from front to back the difference in the impact that Izotope can have on your sounds. So here is just a little sample of what it's going to be. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put Izotope on here. Okay, so they have some templates. I don't really use them too much, just because when it comes to the master bus, in my opinion, I feel like you shouldn't just throw things on just for the sake of throwing it on. You should be very articulate and specific in terms of what you are putting on that master bus. I'm definitely an advocate of a minimal, as few effects as possible, but of course there are some essentials, and I think that Logic or Izotope kind of has all of them. So they have an EQ. Here, I'll just delete these just to give you a one-by-one idea. So they have an equalizer. They have an exciter, which is multi-band, which allows you to essentially saturate certain frequencies while not saturating others. Then we have our imager, also multi-band. We have the dynamics, multi-band, post-EQ, and our maximizer. So I will start. Let's start with the imager. It's not going to be the first thing on the chain, but you know, let's just do it. And what's cool about all of these different tools is, since it's multi-band, you can also solo specific parts of the frequency. So right here, the low end of this, I want it to be close to mono. So I'm going to bring it down here. Now let's move on. You guys don't have to do what I do, but for me, I usually like to go down, up, narrow on the low end, up to wider on the high end. Sometimes I'm a little more creative on the high end and the mid highs, but typically, almost always, the low end I'm bringing very close to mono, and then just the mid lows, I'm kind of just slightly bringing them a little bit tighter. And then from here, you can hear the difference just in the space in the image. This is with it off, on. Okay, step 1, imager. Step 2, set it with some exciter. I'll put this one first. This is a pretty cool tool. If you have a portion of your mix that you would like to have stand out a little bit more, but you don't want to just raise up the frequency on the EQ, the exciter does a good job at that. So let's show you. Okay, and EQ and post EQ are pretty self-explanatory. If you're familiar with equalizers, there's nothing too crazy about these ones. You know, same pretty much uses and abilities as the stock Logic EQ, and they do have the ability to add some extra bands, which is sometimes nice, but ultimately, you know, not a whole lot crazy about this. I use this not always, because sometimes I like to have my own separate EQ, which is just the Logic stock EQ, but nonetheless this is good for particular circumstances. And then of course the post EQ is EQ that you put after all of these tools and plugins within Izotope. And then of course we have the dynamics, which is the multi-band compressor, which, let's see, we could do the same thing. A lot of cool tools, same you know, same juice as normal. Got the ratio for both a compressor and a limiter. You'll see down here, these are the parameters for the compressor, the multi-band compressor, and then up here for a multi-band limiter. This other limiter, this is the maximizer over here. So then all limiting will be done here, and let's see. And you'll see that this bottom parameter, or this low parameter, is the threshold for the compressor, and the top one is the threshold for the limiter. So right here the limiter is not getting touched. Here, and then of course the maximizer here. So let's bring this in. So there are these different modes, IRC 1, 2, and 3. To be honest with you, I don't know what that stands for or what they mean. They sound slightly different in what the sound and the change that they provide. If you guys know what IRC 1, 2, and 3 is, please let me know in the comment section, because I would love to know. And then, yeah, we have some different characteristics in terms of how the maximizer plays and sounds, going from fast to smooth, transparent to slow. So this is pre-Izotope, and I'm only using the exciter, imager, and maximizer right now. And then this is post. Pre, post. There it is, guys. So I hope you guys got something out of this. I just wanted to show you Izotope Ozone. Seems only right because I use it on every single master bus for every single session that I work on. So let me know if you guys like this. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.